I think you know very well what I thought, Pete. It's probably more polite of me by not putting it into words. Yeah, it's obviously unacceptable, very disappointing, and I think as much as I certainly don't want to take any credit away from India. I thought they played really well yesterday. They showed us once again how to bat in these conditions. They showed us once you get in, how to go on and cash in and make a big score. Our batting has been unacceptable in the first two test matches. Especially, I'm more concerned about our first innings performances than our second innings, and mainly because the wickets that we've won both tosses, the wicket's been at its best both times for us to bat, and 237 is unacceptable. Well, lots of hard work. For starters, I know you don't get better as a player by sitting on the couch and doing nothing. So we're fortunate in regards to having, I think we've got 8 or 9 days before the third test. We've got a lot of hard work to do. Who knows, they're all tough when you lose. They're even tougher when you perform like that. So yeah, look, I don't want to compare it to any other day. I think at the end of the day, our performances in these two test matches, like I say, have been unacceptable. Certainly nowhere near the standard that we're trying to set in the Australian cricket team. There's plenty of people that not only watch us on TV, but fly around the world to support us and watch us, and we know we've let them down. Again, I'm not going to say that. I think it's about the team. It's not about me and how I feel. It's about what we can do, exactly like Peter's question. It's about what we can do to get better. And we've got 9 days to do everything in our power to try and get better. So, yes, there's disappointment. I hope everybody in that change room feels disappointed and feels like they have let a lot of people down that do support us. But we need to turn it around, and yeah, as much as you can, you can have that. You should feel that disappointment, but like I say, it needs to be dealt with ASAP, so you can get better. As long as we learn from the first two test matches, then I think we've come a long way. But when looking at the first test compared to how we batted in the second test, whatever we learnt, we certainly didn't display, and that's very disappointing. Well, I think skill certainly plays a part, but like anything, the only way you get better is by working at it. Continually work, hard work, dedication, the want to get better as well. It's okay to go to training and say, I practiced today, but if you don't go there with a plan, if you don't have a goal of trying to improve, it's a waste of time. It's not necessarily about quantity, it's about quality, it's about everything we do, trying to become a better team, firstly. And better individual players. And I think in the first two test matches, we've let each other down. That's the most disappointing thing for me. We've let, as a team, we've got out at stages to let our partner down at the other end. We've bowled bad overs, which lets your bowling partner up the other end down as well. We've dropped catches to let the bowlers down. So as a team, we're letting each other down, and that's the most disappointing thing. I think I have no choice. Again, it hasn't been about me. It's been about trying to do what's best for the team, and I think now, especially in these conditions, I have to bat higher.
Where would you go? 3, 4?
I've got 9 days to work it out. Wherever I can go and put some runs on the board to help the team. I don't think it changes too much, to be honest. My goal is to win every game we play. So I'll be doing exactly the same in the third and fourth test. We'll be trying to win. We'll be doing everything we can to try and win. We know we have to win now the next 2 test matches to level the series. But that doesn't really change too much because I only play to win anyway. Yeah, I think it's a huge part. I think discipline, your plan is crucial. To work out what the right way to score runs in these conditions is crucial. And I think India have showed us that in the first 2 test matches, especially in this test. You look at the first session of India leading up to lunch, I think they scored 50 runs in the session, but they had the discipline, the patience to bat long periods of time because they knew as the game went on, second session, third session, they would catch up. It gets easier, it does. That's the fun part about batting. You do the work at the start of your innings, you get the reward at the end of your innings. And at the moment, we're playing, our shot selection has been horrible. Like I say, I'm more disappointed with our first innings performance than our second innings because conditions have been good for batting or good enough for batting. Second innings today, there was a couple of dismissals where the ball spun a little bit more or might have bounced a little bit more, and that can happen in these conditions. But we have no excuse to make 237 in our first innings. We've got to look at both areas, that's for sure. Both have been unacceptable, both aren't good enough. So we've got to try and find ways to improve, and if that means making changes, then that's what we have to do. We made a couple of changes for this Test match. And again, I want to pay credit to India. I think the way Pandya and Vijay played, they deserve a lot of credit because I think our bowlers in patches bowled really well, and they were able to stay together and not lose their wicket and bat patiently and get the rewards at the end. So, credit to India, but we need to do a lot of work. We need to improve in both facets, that's for sure. I don't think so. I think both wickets have been good Test cricket wickets. I think we haven't performed well enough. It's as simple as that. We've had the best of conditions. Won the toss and batted on both wickets. We knew before coming to India how important your first innings was going to be because the second innings in India, there is more variable bounce, more spin. It's harder to bat in the second innings. That doesn't excuse today, that's for sure. We still should be doing better than what we did today and yesterday, but our first innings has really let us down as a batting unit. Well, it probably hasn't worked in these two Test matches. It worked against Sri Lanka and did pretty well against South Africa through the Australian summer. Again, I don't think picking your batting order, maybe I'm wrong, I've been wrong plenty of times before, but I don't think picking your batting order can revolve around one person. The team needs the team to play well. We need our top 6 batters to be scoring runs. We need our 4, 5, 6 bowlers to be taking wickets. It can't be about one player or one person. I've never played cricket that way, and I don't want this team to go to that. I think we have enough talent. We've got to get better, every single one of us. You know, I would have liked some more runs in the first innings. I would have liked a lot more runs today in the second innings. So I've got work to do as well. So I don't want it to be about the individuals. I want it to be about the whole team improving. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. You probably have to ask Watto that question. You know, I'm there to help him like every single batter. If there's areas he wants help or feels he needs help, I'm there to help him and support him. I think he's a very good player. He's a senior player in our team. And like all of us, we all need to be scoring more runs. So, again, I certainly don't want to have a shot at Watto, single Watto out and have a shot at him. You know, our top 6 batters have not performed anywhere near as good as we need to. It's not about one player. I spoke to the guys, I guess, more individually at training leading up to this Test match. I spent more time with individual players in the nets. Felt like I did a bit of coaching. It was quite fun, maybe after cricket. What was the second part of your question? Sorry. Is it time to be angry at them? Well, I don't. There's times, isn't there? Look, I don't think me being angry and I don't think that's going to help because I'm responsible as well. You know, I got out today. I'm no different to any other player. I should score more runs today. So again, it can't be about me and the rest of the team. It's not segregated like that. It's us. We're all together. We all need to be performing better. So I'm sure there's no doubt about it that there'll be times over the next few days where, you know, we will be spoken to as a batting unit, and I'll be part of the conversation that it's been unacceptable. You know, the way we've batted. There's no doubt that's responsibility of the captain. And we have a batting coach and we have a head coach. You know, that's part of our job. But you know, when I'm not scoring as many runs as I would like, I can't really be having a shot at anybody else. I've got to look at myself first and foremost as well. Down the back. I don't think I can do that because I don't think that's fair on the player. I don't think that'll get the best out of the player. Like I said when I was asked that question a while ago, if I try and bat like Matthew Hayden or Ricky Ponting, I'm not going to be able to play my best because that's not how I play. That's not how I have success. And these guys are exactly the same. They have to play their way. I think we need to be smarter with our shot selection, that's for sure. I think you've seen in the first two test matches, we've seen too many guys get out playing across the line of the ball or against the spin, especially early in our innings. So I think we have to be more disciplined there with our shot selection. But I don't want guys to curve their natural instinct. I don't want guys to play or try and play a way that they don't feel comfortable doing. I don't think that's going to get the best out of the player. And that's what we have to do. We have to get the best out of the team. Well bowled. I wish I hit it. It wasn't a bad ball. It was a pretty good delivery. But again, good players find a way to keep that out. They find a way to stick their pad in the way or get a little edge and keep it along the ground. And I've got to do that. I've got to find a way to keep a good delivery out.